Back on SportsCenter, the Saints' struggles over their 43 seasons is well documented. And keep in mind, they weren't exactly close to winning the Super Bowl last year when they were merely 500 at just 8-8. They continue to do things the hard way. 10 points might not sound like a lot, but the deficit they overcame in Super Bowl 44 is tied for the largest ever. But that's the way the Saints roll. And New Orleans, they continue to overcome. Here's Rick Reilly's thoughts.
You know, when I was a kid in Catholic school, we had to memorize the names of the saints. But in New Orleans from now on, they'll know them by heart. St. Drew, patron saint of the little guy. St. Sean, patron saint of courage. And most of all, and forever, St. Tracy, patron saint of miracles. In Baton Rouge, school kids will know them and keep them in their prayers for decades. In St. Bernard's Parish, they might make stained glass windows out of them. And in bars all over the Latin Quarter, people will toast the saints, possibly till the next millennium. The New Orleans Saints, once NFL lepers, have finally made it to their heaven. They're world champions. It was like their cooler was full of holy water. Things that couldn't have happened, shouldn't have happened, did happen. Peyton Manning, with time left at the end of the first half, runs the ball 3 times? It made you want to say, who dat? Reggie Wayne, playing like he was wearing toasters for shoes. Flawless kickers looking flawed. And suddenly the man who was supposed to use this week to ascend to his rightful throne as the greatest quarterback of all time instead took a much less glorious seat. Suddenly the team that used to put bags over their heads now got to put something much better over them. For the next 2 weeks, it's going to be impossible in New Orleans to figure out where the Saints stop and Mardi Gras begins. And exactly nobody's going to care.
Thoughts from Rick Reilly. When you factor in the postseason, the Saints just the second team of the Super Bowl era to beat 5 different Super Bowl winning quarterbacks in a single season. Eli, Brady, Warner, Favre, and now Peyton Manning all go down to New Orleans. The only other team to beat 5 Super Bowl winning QBs in a season, the 1993 Bills. And you know what? They didn't win the Super Bowl. They lost to the Cowboys.
44 years ago, the city of New Orleans was awarded an NFL franchise. They've gone through a lot. They used to wear bags over their head. The fans called the team the Aints. But interestingly, they always stayed behind them, even when they weren't good. On Sunday night, it all pays off. When we come back, we will give you our final thoughts on the Saints being champions.